Hypebeat.
This going out of business sale just keeps going, and now the law could pull the rug out from under this local store. And seeing this local attorney's face, now he's in trouble with the other side of the law.
Stay tuned for Central Indiana's most honored newscast from WTHR Channel 13, Indianapolis. With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 13 Eyewitness News Hypebeat.
Caught on tape, a boy clings to a tree as divers move in for a dramatic rescue. Good evening, I'm Ryder.
And I'm John Stehr. Divers pulled two teenage boys from a rain-swollen creek. Night Beat reporter Mark Clegg shows you the rescue caught on tape. It's tonight's top story.
By nightfall, the water continued its frantic pace, but the wooded banks of Carmel's Cool Creek returned to normal. Just an hour earlier, the quiet cul-de-sac burst with excitement as divers hit the creek to save two teenage boys. Four guys went for a thrill run and loaded two rafts into the creek.
I went back and looked at it this evening, and it's higher and faster than I've ever seen it.
One of the rafts came around this bend and overturned. The guys were able to get up on the tree stumps. The other two guys saw what happened. They went over to the shore and just waited on the shore.
You can see one of the guys here in a dark shirt clinging to the stump. Because they appeared safe, it bought rescuers a little more time to stretch a safety line from bank to bank.
It puts the rescuers in a little bit more safety situation, and it's safer for the victims at the same time.
Carmel picked up 1.5 inches of rain today, and because of the swift-moving currents, a small stream advisory was in effect for much of the day. But neighbors say this creek will always be an attraction to young people.
Our kids used to swing on a rope across that creek exactly at the spot where the canoe tipped over or raft or whatever it was.
And fortunately, this afternoon of fun ended safely. What did they say when you picked them up?
Really, they didn't say much. They didn't say much at all. I think they were just ready to get off and get to solid ground.
Mark Clegg, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Police didn't release the boys' names because they're minors. One of them went right home, and the other went to a hospital as a safety precaution.
Well, the other big news, the Indiana Pacers just 2 wins away now from a trip to the Eastern Conference Championship. Sports director Dave Calabro joins us early to show you how the so-called Hicks kicked the Knicks.
Again.
I tell you, them Hicks, they know how to play basketball, don't they? They took care of the Knicks tonight, and the Knicks are kind of wondering, what's up with all this? Indiana talked about the advantage of playing at home. Came in handy tonight at Market Square Arena. The Pacers pound out a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7 showdown. Now, Patrick Ewing back in the lineup for the first time. He's a little bit sluggish as he gets blocked here. Reggie Miller steadies up and nails the three. Indiana tries to get a fast start here. Fans having fun at this game. Rick Smits had a horrible game on. He came back tonight. He bounced right back. 22 points for him. His classic shot helped them out here. Larry Johnson gives the Knicks a 3-point lead. But late in the game, watch Reggie play the defense. Looking for the steal. He got it. Indiana clinging to a 4-point lead, and then watch the big play here. Need a rebound. Somebody come up with a rebound down the stretch. The Pacers did it all. Reggie Miller drains the bucket. 85-77 your final score as the Pacers win it now 2-0. The next game is Saturday at noon on Channel 13, and Game 3. Game 3 is Saturday. Game 4 is also coming up. So big weekend of basketball just ahead. The Pacers could actually sweep this thing.
Let's hope they
We
do.
hope. Thanks.
Thank you. An admitted crack addict confesses to committing more than 200 Southside burglaries. Brian Keith Sawyer says he forced his way through back doors and windows during the day. He told us he stole guns, money, VCRs, and jewelry to support a $500 a day crack cocaine habit.
I was really strung out pretty bad, and they would give me whatever. You know, I'd sell for money or I'd sell for cocaine.
Which would you prefer?
Cocaine.
Well, he says 200. So far, police have linked him to 36 break-ins. He says he'll sign a plea bargain that could put him in prison for 16 years.
For the third time in a month, a local lawyer, an officer of the court, has a police problem. The Night Beat's David McAnally has the latest on the man some say is an outlaw lawyer.
This lawyer, this gunshot-riddled taxi, this alleged drug house in one of Indy's worst drug neighborhoods, and the man in this blurry image. What do they have in common? Police want to know.
Saw this shooter standing back here behind this house. I found a spent shotgun shell casing here.
Here in what's called Dodge City, in an alley near 31st and Ruckle. Police say this Broad Ripple lawyer admits taking a cab to this suspected drug house this afternoon to buy drugs, but the deal fell through. There was an argument. As he drove off, somebody fired a shotgun. 2 shots hit the cabbie in the arm. He's stable. Lawyer Scott Ballantyne, who we taped outside the hospital an hour later, was checked but not hurt. It's just Ballantyne's latest problem. He already faces forgery and cocaine charges. When we came back to the shooting scene, we saw a man run toward one of these houses back here with what looked to be a gun barrel sticking out of his jacket. He ran into one of these houses, and police are looking for him right now.
South end right there.
Police tried but couldn't find the man. Here's that blurry image, no match for what our eyes saw. In the taxi, they found this. Let's say it may not be drugs. Ballantyne's free, but some neighbors sound like prisoners.
I usually stay in the house. I think that's horrible. That scares me.
David McAnally, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
We tried but couldn't reach Scott Ballantyne. He was not charged today. Police found no drugs on him, but the incident could affect his bond. Well, going out of business sales can be a bargain hunter's delight.
But the Eyewitness News investigators found a case where a so-called going out of business sale has gone on for months. And the quality of the merchandise sold there is in question as well. Investigator Jeremy Rogowski has the story.
It's an enticing and increasingly common sales pitch, a company going out of business. Everything must be sold, and for consumers, the promise of unbelievable bargains. Linda Kennan and her daughter Jody took the bait and ended up with a rug some experts say was overpriced by $1,400.
I saw an ad in the paper for the Aladdin Rug Company.
When they stepped into the store, a salesman showed off the collection of fabulous masterpiece rugs.
Worth every penny, deals like you'll never find again.
He told them they'd better act soon because the store wouldn't be around much longer.
And if you find something that you like, you better get it today because it really won't be there next week.
But that was more than 2 months ago, and the store is still going strong, going out of business. And that's a concern to the Attorney General, who says there's a legal way to go out of business in Indiana. Jeff Modissette's office is investigating Aladdin.
And that is technically not only a civil violation because it's a violation of our consumer laws, it's also a criminal violation because it's a Class A misdemeanor in this state to sell items at a closeout sale without having a proper license.
Not only that, Modisette says, but it's a form of unfair competition, which is what the licensing law is designed to prevent. Aladdin didn't obtain a license until April 28th, after Modissette's office requested proof of one.
The reason we didn't have a license is that we didn't know by law that we are required to have a license.
But were the owners using the closeout as a ruse to lure customers? When Linda Kennan returned to the store and found the rug she liked had been sold, she was told,
You could order the rug for me. Yes.
You could order another masterpiece.
You could order another masterpiece.
Well, that's not a closeout sale. That's doing business as normal. You're adding inventory to make a sale and therefore make a profit.
Were you ever planning to close?
We weren't sure.
But it says closeout.
It says close out.
Is that deceiving?
We don't want to be deceiving.
Matthew Pishavar said the store is closing because his father, who calls himself Aladdin, is in poor health.
The picture of this man, the picture you see is my father. The reason we are having this sale is because this man is sick. We've been taking him to St. Vincent Hospital almost every week. That's why we're going to stop the business.
But that's not the story others get. Here's what a salesman told one of our staff members who went shopping with a hidden camera.
Okay.
But that doesn't explain why Aladdin has a 2.5-year lease in this Norris Strip mall. And the going out of business issue may not be Aladdin's only legal problem.
The other thing is that quite often there's a tie-in here with a misrepresentation of quality.
Modissette's office is looking at several complaints that, despite claims of deep discounts, Aladdin sold rugs with excessive markups.
75% off sounds remarkable.
Linda Kennan was told she was getting her $2,200 rug at 65% off the ticket price, and that only one family in China makes rugs like it.
And then on the back side, you look for knots per square inch.
But when other dealers appraise Kennan's rug,
you're looking around $850 retail for the piece.
Michael Joseph was recommended to us by the State Board of Appraisers, and Joseph said the rug is mass-produced, not one of a kind.
The weavers weave them in multitudes. In a factory, they can weave 1,000 of this particular carpet in a year.
We told Joseph how much Kennan paid.
For a carpet like this, they definitely were misrepresented in price.
We were very much deceived.
And her mother feels the same.
Oh, feel badly ripped off.
But we had no intention of breaking the law or misleading or cheating the public. We have very beautiful merchandise. I'm very confident of what we have here. We have good stuff here.
Now, initially, Aladdin told Linda Kennan all sales are final. But now the company tells us they're working with the Attorney General's office to refund her money for the rug. And, of course, we'll follow up on what happens, John and Ann.
But if you see an ad in the newspaper or you see a sign on the store that says they're going out of business, how do you know if they are really going out of business?
Well, the best thing you could do is ask to actually see the going out of business license. They're issued through the county clerk's office. And in Marion County, we're told they issue about 10 each year. But interestingly, they have only one on file this year so far, and that's Aladdin's license. And by the way, they just filed for that last week.
Interesting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
New on Eyewitness News Night Beat at 11.
She won Olympic gold. Now she's off the ice and in a clinic.
Also, a major recall tonight. Whether you drive one or not, this car and two others could put you in danger.
And he used to body slam and sweat up a storm in a rink. Now see how a preacher sweats to save our streets, one soul at a time.
These stories and more, new on Eyewitness News Night Beat.
Welcome to CVS.
A little more smile. Welcome to CVS.
Welcome to CVS.
Little F. Yeah, you're gonna be late. Come on.
Don't stop me.
Green card.
3,500 cards from American Greetings.
Cosmetics.
3,200 top-of-the-line items, all with money-back guarantee.
Coffee?
Aisle 8.
Honey, coffee.
Okay.
Now that Revco has become CVS Pharmacy, you'll find more of everything you're looking for.
Knock 'em dead. Everything. Come on, kids, come on,
You guys ready? Let's roll.
Come on.
What's on the third shelf in the rear of aisle 9?
Cotton balls.
At CVS, you'll find friendly, helpful service. The same great pharmacy with all your Revco records. The picture place for expert photos and hundreds of lower-priced products. So come on in.
Welcome to CVS. May I help you?
CVS Pharmacy, giving change a good name.
Next all new Rosie, it's a Mother's Day celebration.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Rosie plays the baby name game with Mama to be Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, we need something powerful, something different.
Yeah.
Something exotic.
Like mountain. Mountain Smith?
And
The Duchess of York.
Sarah Ferguson plus Mary Lou Henner. Rosie's Mother's Day celebration next time.
Rosie, beginning at 4 on Channel 13. Damn, stay tuned for Eyewitness News at 5.
Where you going?
To Camelot.
Come on, let's go.
Gene Shalit, the Today Show, calls Quest for Camelot exciting and enchanting. Happily ever after entertainment, sparkling songs sung by Celine Dion, Brian White, and others. Quest for Camelot, rated G, starts Friday, May 15th at a theater near you.
Thank you very much. Devin has left the building.
You never sung before, have you, man?
Eyewitness News Health Beat is brought to you by Marsh Supermarkets. Now, with coverage you can count on from across central Indiana, John Stehr, Ann Ryder, Bob Gregory's SkyTrack forecast, and sports with Dave Calabro. This is Channel 13 Eyewitness News Night Beat.
While police tackle a record murder rate in Indianapolis, an urban minister wages his own battle against the violence. As Night Beat reporter Roger Harvey explains, he's trying to save our streets one child at a time.
Holy Ghost power! Power, Lord! Send your power! Power, Lord! Power!
On a Thursday night in Nashville, Tennessee, Big Red's the main event.
We got young people being incarcerated by the hundreds, and we don't know what to do. All we have to do is let the Lord build the house.
Big Red is Pastor Shedrick Madison, and he delivers a powerful message.
When the drug dealers have more interest in our young people than we do, somebody not building the house right. All I see is pestilence.
The house on this night is a storefront church.
How you brothers doing?
Back in Indianapolis on a street corner, Big Red tries to get to the city's young before the violence.
Here's my card. I want to help you guys, man, any way I can.
It's not easy to ignore this 6'4.5", 460-pound man of God.
They look at me and say, well, who's that big guy?
This big guy is in the middle of a big battle between good and evil. He takes his fight to the street, but there was a time when he took his fight to the ring. The man who preaches against violence once slammed, pounced, and smothered the enemy. Fans loved him, especially kids. Big Red was the feature wherever he went, but years of abuse on his body finally forced him out of the ring.
You know, when I was in the ring, they hollered Big Red, you know, splash him, and they cheer for Big Red. Big Red, Big Red. Now it's defeat the devil, defeat the devil. And I'm Big Red wrestling because that's what I used to do is wrestle, but now I wrestle against the devil.
He's not in the ring, but the kids still show up to see him. They listen and they question.
How can God whoop you?
Well, our parents whoop us, right? Well, God has a way of whooping us spiritually, believe me.
Hope begins in his church gym, where kids learn and play under his watchful eye.
You don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Believe in yourself. Holy Ghost power! Holy Ghost power! Holy Ghost power! Pentecostal power! Power, Lord!
While Big Red's left the ring, the fight to save the streets is now his main event.
But now Big Red broke. But he got Jesus. So now he's rich. Preacher, Big Red!
Big Red just moved his church to the city's east side. He's organizing a summer basketball league to keep teens out of trouble.
And Big Red's watching them, and they'll probably stay out of trouble, too. Professional skater Oksana Bayul is off the Champions on Ice tour for at least a month. She checked herself into a clinic to treat her alcohol problem. Bayul won the Olympic gold medal in 1994. Then you may recall she pled no contest last year to driving drunk in Connecticut. She ran her car off the road while driving more than 100 miles per hour.
If you own one of the most popular SUVs, expect a recall notice in your mailbox any day now.
And the city skies finally dried up, but the weekend may look a bit different than it does right now. Bob Gregory's SkyTrack 13 forecast is straight ahead.
Yeah, and jot them down, tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Weekend, State Fairgrounds America's largest auction. Color TVs and VCRs starting bid $40. Mattresses $30. Microwaves $30. Super Nintendo and Sega cartridges $8. PlayStation CDs $19. Hoover vacuums and Singer sewing machines $19. Hot tubs and spas from Royal Spa $19.99. Swimming pools from Imperial Pool and Spa at $12.99. Furniture, computers, clothing, jewelry, perfume, even Beanie Babies. Open to the public Friday noon to 10, Saturday 10 to 9, Sunday 11 to 6, State Fairgrounds.
Washington has gone cuckoo again. Instead of doing something about youth smoking, Washington wants to raise $500 billion in new taxes, spend billions on federal programs, create 17 new government bureaucracies. What about youth smoking? Washington wants to raise the price of cigarettes so high, there'll be a black market in cigarettes with unregulated access to kids. New taxes, new spending, and a black market. Call 1-800-343-3222. What is Washington thinking?
Hey, Dad! Can I borrow the car tonight?
The Teenage Driver Safety and Education Program from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance encourages teenagers to drive responsibly by awarding them a $1,000 savings bond for 3 years of safe driving. Because when your teenager asks to borrow the car, wouldn't it be nice if all you needed to say was, hey,
have a great time.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bob Gregory's SkyTrack forecast bears the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society.
Well, if you had a chance to poke your head outdoors tonight, partly cloudy skies out there right now. 63 is our downtown temperature. The airport officially now 60. We have a southwest wind at 15, and the pressure 29.46, and that's falling. Take a look at the skies. Now, this is when an area of low pressure passed right over the center part of the city. Our sky cam, you see the clouds. We have an east wind. All of a sudden, we start to get some lift in here. You see this? And then now, all of a sudden, the wind starts coming out of the southwest. Well, we had this area of low pressure just pass right over the heart of the city today, so that's how it looked from the sky. Here you can see the clouds rotating right around that area of low pressure. On the big, wider picture, more showers back up in the northern part of Illinois. A little closer to home now on our dual Doppler radar. We're kind of taking a look at the close area here. In Hendricks County, northwestern Marion County, some light showers or sprinkles out here. Up around the Anderson area, just northeast of Anderson toward Muncie. There's a couple of sprinkles out there, too, going on at the present time. Our future track tomorrow shows this area of low pressure will move away and leave us, but there's still a chance of some showers behind this thing. Now, as we head into the weekend, we think we'll be a little more optimistic about the forecast, especially for Saturday. Now, things are looking a little better. If you have some graduation ceremonies outdoors, it's favoring some dry weather for us on Saturday. And Sunday, there's just the chance of a shower because of this area down to the south, and that might favor the southern part of the state. But we'll more on that for you coming up tomorrow. Temperatures in the 70s off to the west, but we'll be held to the mid-60s. So overnight, we'll talk about some showers coming back in again probably after 2 o'clock in the morning. Morning low comes in at 57. By 8 o'clock in the morning, then we're going to jump up to 58 degrees, a couple of showers around, and maybe a little sunshine. And then in the afternoon, too, might get a peak of sunshine. Top number comes in at 67. Here's the way the weekend looks for you right now, and you can see that we'll be a little more optimistic there for Saturday, and then maybe a chance of a shower by the time we hit Sunday again, but temperatures in the 70s over the weekend. Well, we're going to have a little feature for you tomorrow night. We hope you'll tune in here. We're going to talk about El Nino. It pretty much hit the mark as far as the forecast of what was expected in the West Coast here in Indiana, but what's next?
Oh, my gosh.
At 6, we'll talk about it.
It's going to make the oceans green, huh?
Good.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay.
Well, more jobs, not less. That's the word from Chrysler announcing its merger with the German company that makes Mercedes-Benz. Experts say the deal means better engineered cars and a greater global presence for both companies. Shareholders and government regulators must still approve that deal. If you own a Ford Explorer, Mountaineer, or Econoline, the company may soon send you a recall notice. The Explorer and Mountaineer have a fuel line problem that could start a fire, and cables in the Econoline's parking brake could cause a fuel line leak.
New on the Night Beat is Cardinal Ritter High School moving.
And the sign says it all. Hicks, kick, nicks. What a game. Down to the wire. See how the Pacers pulled it out. Next in sports.
Connect 13 to get the latest SkyTrack weather forecast. Call 464-1313, then press 2. It's a free call for Ameritech Cellular customers.
The new Toro Wheelhorse 5XI garden tractor. The most reliable and durable we've ever built, so it can do anything you ask it to do. The new Toro Wheelhorse 5XI, now available at your Toro dealer.
When you were growing up, you were the flower of her life. Now show her that the bloom will never fade. This Mother's Day, send your best with the FTD Loving Thoughts Bouquet. The perfect flowers in a picket fence planter. Tell your mom you remember when the world was as small as your own backyard. Some of Mom's best moments come FTD.
It's that time of year again. The Ford Spring Clearance. Come in and find a huge selection of great cars and trucks. Plus, you can get financing as low as 0.9% or up to $1,500 cash back. Head to the Spring Clearance at your Ford dealer, and you'll find yourself laughing all the way. Well, you get the idea.
Because surfing the net ain't really surfing. Because there's nothing like chugging wave water. Because losing your board means losing your shorts. Need any more reasons to hang out at Paramount's Kings Island? That is, besides the all-new Wipeout Beach at Waterworks? Besides the new James Bond 007, A License to Thrill? Besides the Beast? How about because school dress codes do not apply? Paramount's Kings Island, the best part of summer.
Visit the park this weekend or stop by Kroger today to purchase your season pass. Park now open weekends.
Did you know Big Lots has great deals on quality furniture? It's true. And they're real bargains at closeout prices, like comfy sofas from $198 to $348. Bedroom sets start at only $299. Beautiful dinettes from $148 to $397. And mattresses from $24 to $219. This full-length cheval mirror is just $29.99. Matching vanity only $59.99. Only at Big Lots. Shop us first and save. Call this number for a Big Lots furniture store near you.
Now, continuing coverage of your playoff Pacers.
Good evening to you. The Pacers have taken a 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series against those Knicks. And the best part of it, Indiana hasn't played their best game yet. They haven't been that great. Chris Stout says New York had 2 new weapons in the lineup, but it didn't matter.
Welcome back, Pat. And you too, Grandmama. Let's see at Patrick Ewing's wrist. No pain, looks fine. His game?
Ooh. I felt okay the first half. It was a little rough.
Play of the game, a Smith's block, Jackson save, and Reggie for 3. Oh, yeah. Pacers up 5 after 1. Second quarter, hello, Pacers D. Knicks take the lead. But an 8-0 Pacers run sends them to the locker room with a 7-point lead. Third quarter, Larry Johnson for 3. Grandmama. Knicks up again. To the fourth, Jalen Rose and 1. Pacers go up 7. Offensive rebounds and free throws aren't the best highlights, but they win game 2 for the Pacers, 85-77.
We're going to win it tonight. Defense and rebounding, the things that are going to win for us if we continue to, advance in these playoffs.
So not even Patrick and Grandmama can save the Knicks in game 2. The Pacers take a 2-0 lead and improve their playoff record to 5-1.
The scary thing is we haven't played our basketball for 48 minutes.
Now bring on the Big Apple.
This is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. Just the emotion, the screaming, the yelling, all the talking. It's going to be wonderful.
Chris Stout, Channel 13 Eyewitness Sports.
Heading for New York, 85-77. Pacers lead 2-0 now. The series moves right to the Big Apple, as Reggie was talking about. Chris Stout and Rich Nye will be in New York City. Live reports starting at 5, 6, and 11 tomorrow. And a reminder, you can see the next Pacers game right here on Channel 13 and NBC, part of the NBA on NBC doubleheader. Keep it tuned for WTHR for all your Pacers coverage you can count on. That doubleheader, there it is, Saturday at noon. Be in that chair. It's going to be fun. Now, let's go out west and check out a scoreboard. Spurs losing to the Jazz. Jazz trying to even that series at 1 game apiece. Indianapolis Indians have enjoyed a rare day off. The Tribe is currently 2-3 on their 8-game road trip. They're still in first place in the Western Division. They'll play in Louisville this weekend. 2 best teams in the National League matched up tonight, and here it is. First place San Diego against Atlanta, and the Big Cat, Andres Galarraga, shocks one out of the yard, his 11th home run of the year. The Braves still down, though, 2-1. Braves end up winning at 6-3 thanks to the pitcher. John Smoltz went 2 for 2 at the plate and had 3 RBIs. You got to like it when the pitcher not only throws a good game, but he also comes up with a couple of clutch hits.
It's a good sign. Good sign for your side.
That's right. And good sign for our Pacers. Taking care of business.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Dave.
Weekend forecast straight ahead.
It's not easy to repay someone for hugs and kisses, for lullabies and bedtime stories, and for hardly ever saying, "I told you so." But it sure feels good to try. Give Mom a dozen long-stem roses for just $19.99, or save 20% on all fragrances, including designer fragrances.
Half-price books is for book lovers.
As much as I love bookstores, the other ones are just kind of all the same after a while.
Half-price books
is a place where you can go and find new books every week.
Well, there's no comparison. Other bookstores are just bookstores.
Well, I shop at Half Price Books because of the quality and the price.
You definitely get your money's worth. You get more than your money's worth.
It's a whole world is there, from my childhood to my future.
Half Price Books for everyone.
I finally got the job as a Jimmy Page Robert Plant roadie. Awesome.
Best Buy presents the 1998 Page Plant Tour. Best Buy. Now that's a great idea.
So where to next, guys?
That's not happiness to see me, is it?
He was waiting for me. He knows.
You did not meet my wife by chance.
What are you saying?
It's a con, and my wife is the grand prize.
I want.
You got a box big enough to hold $500,000.
For?
Killing my wife.
That's not happiness to see me, is it?
Perfect Murder, rated R. Starts Friday, June 5th at a theater near you.
For your heating and cooling needs, we're the new service force, the Ream Team. We promise to arrive on time and give you the best service at a fair price, always.
Call the Ream Team.
Honey, call the Ream Team.
Call Avon Comfort Air at 271-2777 and save up to $150 on a Ream furnace and air conditioner.
We will impress you when you make that call to the Ream Team.
Particular growth hormone that every woman has can raise the risk of breast cancer. A study published in the British journal Lancet says high levels of an insulin-like growth factor can increase the possibility of getting the disease by 7-fold. If researchers can prove the theory, this could lead to a screening test for the disease in premenopausal women.
Tonight, rumors of Cardinal Ritter's high school death are rumors. That story tops our look at tomorrow's Indianapolis Star headlines. The Roman Catholic Archdiocese discounts rumors that the school will relocate to Hendricks County. In fact, to bolster the school's profile in the community, students and staff will dedicate a new lighted brick sign at the school on Saturday morning. You can read more about that story and more in tomorrow's Indianapolis Star, or log on to starnews.com.
Looking at the weather.
Well, if we take a look at our radar once again, this stuff is kind of rotating around. So up to the north and west, the upper part of your picture, you see some showers up there. Some of that will sag a little bit farther southward here through the early morning hours, so expect a couple of more showers around. But the weekend right now, Saturday looking good, and Sunday might be not so bad either. So that'll be good for both the track and all the graduates.
Good
on
And
Saturday.
for the moms on Sunday.
And moms on Sunday, that's true.
Thank you.
That's it for us. Thanks for being with us.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Coverage you can count on continues tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 on Channel 13 Eyewitness News Sunrise.